Hello everyone, this is Mohammed and welcome to this tutorial on Voiceflow with Airtable and the Autodesk Revit. So if you're not familiar with Voiceflow, think of it like a dynamo where user basically uses the graphical UI to wire the nodes together to perform some logical operations. And if you would like to know more about the voice flow, that's head over to this URL, like you would eventually go to their website. So voice flow is more like Dynamo, as I said. So the benefit of this application is that it will sort of create voice or chat assistants or sort of an interface of the chat interface that can connect um, to your website to build some conversational applications. Okay, and within this demo, what I have eventually done is that I've used Revit and I've used Revit API basically to export the metadata to Airtable, and from the Airtable I'm querying the information through Voiceflow, and the output can be reasoned through the OpenAI, but at the same time you can either build a chatbot that can be hosted to a website, or you can integrate the skills with Amazon Alexa. Okay, there are quite a few benefits of utilizing this if you would like to apply this in real life scenarios, but just for the sake of this demo, what I have done is I have basically created two different scenarios. So I've created basically two different scenarios where I would eventually walk through the setup, and again this version I just created it for the sake of this tutorial. So I'll let you explore um, based on your requirement. Okay, so as I said before, I use Revit API to dump the data. So here, Airtable, as you know, it's another fantastic tool. It offers sort of a database solution for and pretty much works like a spreadsheet. So you can eventually add the data, update the data, add more records and information. Okay, so within the voice flow, there are two applications. Okay, one is just to show you how to interact with the data, and the second one is basically you can use Alexa to sort of interact with it without even writing the chat. Okay, the another example for this is you could eventually use this voice flow to in fact create a chatbot for your WhatsApp application as well, so you can access this information through mobile. All right, I'll try to keep this video short, so I'll just quickly run through it. So here within the interface, where you can eventually grab quite a lot of the pre-built nodes. So for example, if you would like to interact with OpenAI, then you can use the AI model and then you just drag and drop it, and then you use the similar nodes to connect it to the other nodes. Okay, and then here there is also a knowledge base, which is in fact more powerful as well, where you can sort of upload your documents or link to a specific website where it can eventually uh, train to prepare the responses based on your queries. Okay, and then you can eventually do the selection, and not only just the GPT, but there are so many other applications that you can connect with it. Okay, so in this one, what I've done is that I've got a AI model where it says like say hello to the user in different languages. So every time you run this application, it greets you into a different language. Okay, and in the other nodes, where what I have done is you need to provide a project number, and that project number comes from the record of the Airtable. Okay, and once you update that record, you can output that information within either through a cards, or it could be a text block. Okay, so let's see how this works. So if I just run this, it's asking. So we'll run the test, and now it's creating the user, and then it's asking for the project number, and that project number comes, basically that's the column where the project numbers are. So I'll just say 002, for instance. And then it says like the project you have queried for has the following project name. That's the project name, and then which contains the total instance count of elements of this number. Okay. Similarly, you can add more records to this database where you can query that information. So for example, if I just go and say, and now let's run the test again. Okay, so this time it returns like 1200 of those instances. Okay, this way you can eventually make that bot and embed that into a website, or there could be more scenarios that can be done. Okay, another example here is that I've used the blocks for the Alexa. So for example, you query the information and using the Amazon Alexa, but at the same time you could be some other application as well, or the chatbot. Okay, where you do the same thing, you retrieve the information through the Airtable API, and then what it does is that it provides you the output. I'm not sure if you would be able to hear the voice, but let me give it a run here. So I run this. What it does is that you can eventually train the Alexa skills so that it could be more reasoning. So you run the test again.
Please provide the project number. The project you queried has the following project name: SampLab, with a total element instances count of 3,386.
Right. I'm not sure if you were able to listen to the voice, but then there was a voice of the Amazon Alexa. Alright, I think this is it for this tutorial, so I'll let you explore more on this one. If you happen to have any questions, feel free to put in the comment section. Thank you.